Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and so this video is devoted to all the viewers' questions that that Lisa and I weren't able to get to for our Tuesdays, 1:11 p.m. Pacific time. but anyway, in case you don't watch my other videos, I want to make sure to tell you all Happy Mother's Day Sunday. So anyway, let me drop the camera down and we'll go over this list. Hold on. Okay, so I have all the questions in front of me up here, but also I got a couple of emails wondering if, so I'm starting off with this deck for Clarence Thomas. And it's a super awesome future fortune cards, but it's a weird twisted kind of deck, and I thought it would go well with him. And as I was focusing in on him, it's like, man, my stomach hurts. I don't know what health issue he has going on, but I remember doing a really lengthy astrology reading on him, and it obviously has big changes. Pluto's on his ascendant. Uranus is on his north node. The eclipse is in the south node area. Both eclipses are activating his north and south nodes, or affecting. And, so where he's come from and where he's going. And Pluto on the ascendant's like, whoa. It's a planet of sex, death, secrets, scandals, birth, rebirth type of thing. So anyway, what I want to check into here with this deck, and I'm hoping that my stomach will feel better once I stop focusing on him, but I'm going to do him first, get it out of the way. Ren sent me an email, wanted to know if Clarence was the leaker. And Mark has done some muscle testing and feels convinced that he was the leaker. So let's just see. Was there any involvement? Did Clarence Thomas have any involvement in the in leaking the documents about the intent, to strike down Roe v. Wade? Mark thought that it had to do with Clarence Thomas wouldn't like a ban on mixed race marriage. Just the truth, only the truth as to Clarence Thomas's intention with Roe v. Wade. Is he for or against the striking down? How does he really feel about about striking down Roe v. Wade? Okay, let's see. Well, this is interesting. This is a card of betrayal. And it's heavily tied, in this deck, the meaning's a little different than in the Lenormand, where it's tied to sexual shame and, a lot of judgment, that comes straight out of the Bible, basically. Yeah, he cares about something. Now, he's delusional, as all get out, but... Okay, but does he have any connection? Does he care about Roe v. Wade one way or the other? Is he for or against Roe v. Wade? Is he for or against Roe v. Wade? Yeah, there's that illness. He might know that his days are numbered. And he might be having mental issues. You know, I think he wishes to be happy like he was in the past, but he's definitely, he's really ill. This would have to do with nervous system problems as well as just like shocks to the system. I feel like this has more to do with, well, I mean, this is the January 6th card for me in this deck, but maybe I'll just keep going a little bit. But I feel like with this combination here, obviously his sexuality is like all twisted up and his heart is very shrouded and his mind is a bit delusional, of course. These two cards to me feel like the good old boys, you know, the good old boys club, you know, like the white man's club. And he's done his best to try to fit in, right? And look where it's gotten him. And this feels to me like his own nervous system is attacking him, like he's not, things are not working out well for him at all. But does he have, was he the leaker? He put something out there. He put something out there. Whoa. So now these cards really make a lot of sense to me now with this string here. So maybe I had to draw these cards to know that it's, you know, and my stomach does feel good now. It feels fine. But maybe after getting this drawn, I mean, I needed to do that first. So just to know whether or not you've watched the, you know, the astrological video on him, or if you care to or not, this is reiterating his health issue again. And whether or not he was a leaker, well, he put something out there, and it's because he feels like, you know, the ship's going down. So it has to do with his home and his family. Definitely has to do with his home and his family. And he wanted to move towards what? Movement. He was trying to move towards what? Well, something really tricky. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me look in this book, because it sometimes has different meanings than the traditional Lenormand. In the Lenormand, this would be, you know, something tricky, betrayal. But with the fox, it says there's someone close to you who is untrustworthy, an indicator that you should question the motives of those around you. In relationship question, this could mean someone is cheating on you. Watch your back. Well, so I think this is the reason he did it. He's feeling betrayed. Now, this could also be, this could very well be, because we still, you know what, can't forget about this card here, relating so much to the January 6th attack. And his wife is, you know, he may know something that's coming down the line about her. And this could be a big old distraction The blender. Let's look at the blender. Let me look at the blender. Here's the blender. Whatever you think you knew about your life, it's about to be completely changed. This card represents a time of chaos and a change that is about to befall you. This card is neither good or bad, but a warning not to get too comfortable. Well, here's what he's worried about. I think, and this is the home card, I think he's trying to protect Jenny. And so I'm going to say yes, I agree with you guys. Now, if it would have been some innocent clerk or someone else, I wouldn't. I don't want to reveal who the leaker is that way, right? But if it's Clarence Thomas, I could give a rat's ass. Or if it's anyone else on the bench, well, nah, that's not true. I would want to protect Elena Kagan and Justice Sonia Sotomayor. But it's Clarence Thomas, you guys. I totally agree with Mark. Your muscle testing, I think, is right on. And Ren, thank you for emailing me the question. I think it's more of a distraction about Jenny Thomas. He can't stand that shock. He's sick. You know, that's one of the things too with other, I mean, I've had so much experience with other people who've gone through illness, and it's really, really hard to stay positive and make good decisions when you're ill. So I think he's made some bad choices, and I will agree with Ren and Mark that he's the leaker. It's like, wow, and we could see why, because he's trying to protect Jenny. Or trying to distract from, the whole January 6th thing. Maybe try and slow things down. And not thinking clearly. Absolutely not thinking clearly. So, okay. So Roxanne wanted to know if the SCOTUS leak of their intent to strike down Roe v. Wade, was it related to Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter? So, okay, so what I did with that, got this deck ready. I haven't shuffled yet, but I pulled these two cards out. This will be my card for Elon Musk, okay? And this is my card for Kamala, because she's a Libra, he's a Cancer. So I'm going to put them over here, and I'm going to draw some cards to see. Well, actually, I'll bring them in a moment. I'm going to draw 4 or 5 cards. I'm pretty sure I can fit 5 cards, and see what's in between them. Is there a connection there? Because Roxanne is wondering if she's saying Kamala Harris has said this could take away all privacy rights. Yeah, eventually that's exactly what could happen. So is it related to Elon Musk? Does Elon Musk have some skin in the game around this? I'm kind of not really clear on this question, so I'm just going to draw the cards and read. And Roxanne, if it makes sense to you, I love you. And this is for you. But I kind of don't really understand the question. Okay, let's just see if... Well, actually, I guess I could ask... How does Elon Musk feel about Roe v. Wade? Let me ask about that. Actually, what I'll do, put her card over here. I'll draw some cards for focusing in on him. And then I'm not feeling like it's anything, now that I'm reading the question better, I'm not feeling like it's anything between the two of them. It's just the fact that Kamala, she read the I don't know what you call the document that came out from SCOTUS. So let me put this back in and reshuffle. Actually, I'll put Elon's in there too. Let's just reshuffle and let's see if Elon Musk, how does he feel about privacy rights? How does he feel about Roe v. Wade and privacy rights? Actually, I need to do it separately. I'll draw some cards on privacy, on Roe v. Wade, and then privacy rights. I think he has like 8 kids himself, and I know that I've heard him say that we really need to be focused on being able to have more children. That he's concerned that we're not going to have enough children on the planet by a certain time. Okay, so I feel tuned into his energy now. How does Elon feel about Roe v. Wade? Well, he's not going to talk about it, but then again, this is the feminine. He might be kind of torn. How does he really feel about Roe v. Wade? Yikes. Okay. Yeah. I don't care what he's going to ever say. He's not really deep down inside, whether he knows it or not, because, a lot of people are unconscious as to what they really feel and what they really believe, which is like our soul task for each one of us, is to find all those places inside of us and understand what we really believe. So straight up here, this is the card that represents women. And what he thinks, Mercury in Cancer, what he thinks about women, he wants to control them. And there's like this less than kind of feeling there. But with the Four of Swords, that brings in this place where he might be, and especially in combo here with the Hermit, he might be doing some soul searching and some introspection, self-reflection, trying to figure out how he really feels and trying to get maybe some guidance. I mean, we do have these 2 Cancer cards here. But down here, over here, I'm not so sure that he really, I didn't allow for reversals, but I'm not so sure that he really feels good about women being in their full power. And then with the Death card, it's like, I'm not so sure he's aligned with... But then again, well, this is the only card that really troubles me. This one could be... Oh, no, okay. He does want big changes. He wants to control and he wants big changes, and the big change would be to overturn it. Yikes. Okay, so what about... So there's that. What about, actually I need to reshuffle. If you're asking a different question, you need to reshuffle. Because the deck is meant to be a system. I've never been one. I never understood people that draw like, you take 6 different questions and draw a few here and a few here. It's like, it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, that's my anal retentiveness. Okay, so how does he feel about how does he really feel about privacy rights? Does he really care about privacy, around people's privacy? He says he really cares about free speech. It's all about free speech. But how does he feel about their actual privacy? Okay. Well, there's independent thinking there. It's interesting to draw this again. he with the Hermit, I think he's still, he's searching he's doing some soul searching there. But the Queen of Swords is free thinking, is independent free thinking. What the heck, man? Wow. Okay. Maybe he has some secrets. But then again, this is a card of high intelligence. It's a card of clarity. It's very intuitive. Like there's a deeper understanding. These two cards are good that way. So this would have to do with engaging. So basically, of course, he really, he likes engaging with others on Twitter. It's like he feels connected. But privacy rights, like, would he give it up? Maybe it seems like it's an opportunity. Yeah, you know what? It's an opportunity for him to make a lot of money, is why he thinks. That's why he bought Twitter. Oh, and then with the Seven of Swords. Oh, you know what? We do have to, and then the Two of Swords flipped over with it. But let's draw another row. But anyway, we do have to remember the way billionaires think. And we have to remember that it was he and Peter Thiel who created PayPal. And they know that the way social media works is, has to do with data, right? So, bringing in more and more data, gives them something to work with for their algorithms. The Two of Swords is usually my decision card, but it's a denial. Can be a denial, and you need to get into your feelings and face your fears. And sometimes you're at that crossroads. But I wonder if he's in a little denial about what's really going on inside of him, and he doesn't really know himself, because it's so weird to get these two cards again. Okay, but I like having those two cards there because see, and there's the money, because it gives me some hope that at some point he'll wake up. It's not going to go well for him. Now that's another problem, is that if he could get in a position where he's risking, Tesla. Yeah, I'm not seeing this as going really well for him. And then there with the Queen of Wands again. Could be a relationship issue there with his current wife. Yeah. Okay, so clarity with her. It's about relationships. Yeah, things are not going to go well for him in the future. And I really feel like this is a risk. Yeah, he's going to have to defend himself and probably defend Tesla's stock. And so his purchase of Twitter is not going to go well for him. Now, we saw already how he feels about Roe v. Wade, but how he feels about privacy rights, I'm not sure he knows how he really feels about it and what he'll really do. But when it's all about the money, he's going to lose. And he needs to understand life is about relationships and love, but something's going to have to break through, something's going to have to fall apart for him. Some big change is going to have to come, and it could be something that's pretty destructive for him. He's going to have to, go through some painful loss. Both of these two cards here, and they're mirroring each other. It could be very painful. and relationship issues taking him more inwardly. And he's definitely going to have to defend his fortune. So, yeah, okay. Human beings are such complicated. The structure of the human personality is very complex. And, you know, famous, wealthy people will be on display. We'll be watching that. Okay, so Juno wants to know, when will they ratify the Equal Rights Amendment? So let me use the Kipper. So I'm using Ciro Marchetti's Kipper. Okay, when will they ratify the Equal Rights Amendment? Let's see the process. Might that happen more quickly now? Goodness knows it's been a long time since the suffragettes suffered for us. Okay. Now this would be success. Okay. Oh, but it's restricted. That's not good. Still restricted. Some painful ending because of the restriction. We're going to just keep mulling it around as far as timing. Yeah, we're going to have to, I'm thinking we're going to have to petition. I mean, you know, it's constitutional law. This could be a very, very long time. This could be like an unattainable dream. But it could be that it could be that it comes through in some, you know, after some down patch. This doesn't have to be health. This can just be like this down patch. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of women that are just sick and tired of it not being done, not being complete. Yeah, I am not seeing. Yeah, it has to do with reputation and honoring. Well, the movement towards reputation, towards honoring. I mean, we are on solid ground with it. This is an asset that we own already. The bond is there. But this is, you know, this is like back in, this deck was created or from, you know, the images of like back in the days when men, you know, women couldn't even own their own. They couldn't. If you inherited money from your, you know, like a parent or father, let's say would have had in those days would have had to have been your father that died, or somehow, you know, passed down through other women in your family. But anyway, it always started with the men, and you had to be married in order to access. You'd have to be married, or you'd have a what do they call those types of people who, you know, would take care of your funds, because women weren't allowed to manage their own funds. Ugh. I don't have any cards here that show something happening soon. This is a successful bond, partnership, marriage, and despair. I mean, I don't even have like the long time card. I don't have anything coming in quickly. Let me use the Lenormand quickly and see. Let's use this deck. Let's use the expanded edition, Chiro Marchetti's Gilded Reverie. Let's see what's going on with this. What is really going on with this? Like, why hasn't it been ratified? They're afraid of risking peace and harmony and wisdom. A wise decision over time. Okay, so what about the timing here? Let's do this. I want to know more about this timing. Timing into the man and the family, assets. I guess they're, well, let me keep going. So something can be unlocked when? Something will be free when? There'll be some movement, some good news. But there's still this obstacle. Why is it blocked? Why in the heck is it blocked? That's karma. That's the system and the way it works. And there's something to look more deeply into. You know what, you guys, I don't know. I'm not getting anything clear here. I'm also not getting that it moves, but there... Yes, there's a big obstacle to getting it moving. There's something that needs to be looked more... Well, there's resources. Something secret, but then also it's already on the books. I mean, you know, we're not back in those days when we couldn't manage and take care of our own money and own our own property. Those laws are gone. So I don't know, maybe it's just some weird, this is a burden and then a revelation, but then it keeps going around and around. I don't know. I can't I can't answer it. I don't know. This would be a really good research project as to why has the Equal Rights Amendment never been ratified. You guys feel free to look that up and let me know. And maybe some of you already know. Okay, the next one, I'm going to use this Chakra Oracle, if you like it. This is the deck. And let's ask, Jill wants to know, will the QAnoners have an awakening after June when the shit hits the fan? Will the QAnoners have an awakening after June? So obviously after the hearings start, or maybe after they're all completed, the January 6th insurrection hearings. Will the QAnoners have an awakening? How's it going to be for them? What will be their point of view, belief system, all of that? How are they going to do? Let's look at the process and what's... Okay, so it's their destiny to wake up. They might create something new. Oh, they're going to feel isolated and impatient. Okay. And partly guilty. Okay. Impatient and guilty, and then on a new quest. This is actually good, you guys. It's going to take him on a new path. Okay, good to know. Excellent. All right. So the next question is Claudia wants to know, what will Putin do on May 9th? I kind of switched the question around a little bit so it's easier to understand. And I'm going to use this Russian deck right here. It's called the Visions of Life. And what will Putin do on May 9th, Russia's so-called Victory Day? It's like they declared, that they won over the Nazis or whatever. It's like, oh, they're right. They are the Nazis. Okay, so anyway, what's he going to do? What's Putin going to do on May 9th? Is he going to do anything? Will he declare war and or will he be doing a parade, parading around the Ukrainian POWs? What is he going to do on May 9th, if anything? Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, the Death card, Two of Pentacles, Profit and Loss, King of Swords, Nine of Swords, Sorrow. I'm going to draw another row, and then I'll move these up. I'll look at all these together. See if he's actually going to be... Oh, shoot, that's a parade. All right. So whether it's true what he's going to, where he's coming from, these cards will reveal his actions. So if you want, you can tune into just the images. You can, even let go of the words. These cards are amazing when it comes to images. I had to write the little, the pips and the court cards because it sure didn't make sense to me what they meant by the images. But you can go either way. If you don't know what the cards mean, I'll tell you, but you can go with the images and feel free to bring in your own comments and insight, whatever you guys get intuitively, because we're all pretty good when it comes to symbology and colors and images. Okay, so what he's going to do is try to appeal to to what he's received, to what Russia has received, and he's going to act as if they've been very successful, that there's great teamwork with the military, and he's been a great leader. He's actually a murderer, and he's in charge of a genocide. That's what this card's about. But so he's going to gloat about that, and he's probably going to act like he's some awesome money manager with the highest of principles, but this is where he really is. And I didn't allow for reversals, but if the King of Swords were reversed, it's just like the worst for being very, cold-hearted and not having any sense of morals at all, and being very corrupt and manipulative with the mind. And that's what he does. I don't think he's going to act like he's sorry about anything or regretful, but I think this is the truth about him. At the end of the day, he doesn't sleep well at night. He's got major problems, and if we just go with the image here, he really cares about his image. But I don't think that he's able to control it. And he's doing what he's doing for money because he's just so empty inside, there's just this apathetic thing here going on. But then if we go with the image as well, it has to do with, it's this day and I have to act as if I've done something. It's May 9th and I have to do something. And this is the parade here, right? But notice everybody's like, they're pushing this up the hill, but it's a big like thumbs down on the, it's like some guy's sleeve and it's a thumbs down. But this card right here in the middle tells the truth. This is him controlling the Russian people, through it, because you can only, if you're in Russia, you can only get news. Except for those, there was that one artist that put little notes all over under all the, when they went grocery shopping, for people who would go grocery shopping and they could see the truth of what was really going on. It was like stuck in the little like placard, things like above or under the pricing. I think it was more like above. I saw it on Rachel Maddow. But anyway, so he's created this illusion for Russian state TV. And he's trying to balance out, he's trying to act as if he's the good guy in charge. And he will have, so there will be some type of an event. The Four of Wands is all about an event. He's going to act like he's got it all and he's managing it all. I mean, man, look at these images. Look at that. People, construction, buildings, justice, media. What is this, like a vice over here? And then the throne, castle, agriculture, military, and medicine. Wow. And of course, it's the King of Pentacles. He just wants more and more and more. Well, look where it got him. He's dying. So, well, I feel like I don't want to just leave you guys with this. I want to do a reading just for you guys. For whomever watches this, whenever. And let's do a happy, let's use an oracle and do something. Get a happy message, okay? Let's get a happy message. And especially for, let's get a happy message for Mother's Day. How about that? Okay, so this deck is it this one? Yeah, Sacred Earth Oracle. So it can be a good message for Mother Earth and for you. Okay. Let's get all this other political out. Balance. Gorgeous. balance, time. Oh, yeah, right? Happy work-life kind of balance. Make sure we don't overwork. Oh, because when we can manage time and keep our life balanced, then our potential can come through. This is a beautiful Pisces card. We still have Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. I think Venus is there too right now. I think. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, it's more than that. Oh, wait. That's April 30th. Hold on. Let me... This is next week. Do I even have... I might not have it here. Yeah. Well, either way, Mars is... So we have Mars, Neptune, Jupiter. I think Venus is still in Pisces. If not, it's well, in their later degrees, Pisces is really ripe in potential. But Aries is good too. Pisces is so good for art and mystical things and spirituality. So, okay, so one more card. I love this. Dragonfly there. Context and efficiency. So we need more context around what's efficient and what's not. We can have greater potential, so we can balance our efficiency if we shoot. On one level, you know, in the spirit world, there's no such thing as a time-space continuum. So when we're connected to the pure potentiality that we are, you know, in our cores, and connected to our inner voice, if we just look at the image there, then it brings in the true context, and that's where real efficiency can come through. I feel like there's a nice balance here, and the context card could be so much about adjusting and creating something new, or staying within your creative zone. But these two cards to me, this card spells Pisces and this card spells Virgo to me. And the, you know, because they're the polar opposites, and that nice balance there. So yeah, so balancing out, I feel like it has to do with, you know, taking time and not working so hard. But then when you do have that time that you do have off, really be off, really let go, really unplug. And then when you come back into your work, you'll be much, much more efficient. Okay, well, that's all I have, you guys. Thanks so much. Take real good care, and I'll be back soon. Bye.